Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, a deadly start to the new year after an early morning crash in Madison County. Kentucky State Police investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting. And if you're up this early, you likely missed the ball drop. We'll take a look back at the celebration in the Big Apple.
I need to see it. I sure missed it. We've got chilly conditions out there for you to start 2015, and it gets active starting tomorrow. I'll have the very latest for you.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Happy New Year. Good morning from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant. Here it is Thursday, January 1st. A brand new day and a brand new year, and we're glad you're with us. A lot of news this morning to get to, and we'll check in just a moment. We're also carefully watching weather and some changes to come, especially as we head into the first weekend of the new year. Here's meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
And good morning to you, Bill, and Happy New Year. It is a chilly start, as we thought it would be, to this brand new year. Right now, coming in at 20 degrees in Lexington. Now, that's up 1 degree from the last hour observation, so it's gone up 1 because we were at 19 degrees, and we'll go back and forth here up until sunrise. So keep that in mind. More upper teens, low 20s showing up throughout the entire area. When you factor in the winds, though, that's when it has a little sting to the air, because we still have some single digits showing up there for wind chill readings. Defender remains on the quiet side here this morning, and that will be the case through the day today. But tomorrow, very different story. Around this time, we could be tracking a little wintry mix, and I will track that for you hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jim, thank you. And we begin this morning with a breaking news alert in Lexington. The fire department is right now monitoring a gas leak on Liberty Road. Columbia Gas is now on the scene. A Lexington police officer says he was the first to notice the leak. He saw car parts out in the road and then heard and smelled natural gas. Liberty Road is blocked at this point. No evacuations at the moment. They're hoping that the leak will simply dissipate, but emergency crews remain on that scene, and so does our news team. We'll keep you informed as we get additional details. And the new year is off to a deadly start. New this morning, 1 person is dead and 2 others badly injured after a fiery overnight crash. It happened a little after 1 o'clock this morning on 4 Mile Road in Madison County, just east of Richmond. The sheriff's office says a car ran off the road, flipped several times, and caught fire. All 3 people inside were ejected. The coroner says a 22-year-old woman died at the scene. Another woman and a man were taken to UK hospital. They have serious injuries. No names have been released yet. Also new this morning, a man is dead after being shot by a state trooper. The shooting happened last night on US 60 in Carter County, west of Olive Hill. State police say they went to the home for a domestic dispute. When officers arrived, KSB says they saw a man with a gun assaulting a woman inside the home. The man then fired at police. That's when state police say a trooper returned fire, killing the gunman. His name has not been released. The woman was taken to the hospital with injuries from the assault. New on WKYT this morning, police looking for 2 people accused of stabbing a man. That happened just before midnight off East 7th Street on Montgomery Avenue in Lexington. The victim told police he was attacked by 2 men. He was taken to UK hospital with stab wounds to his arm. About 1 million people braved the cold in New York City's Times Square to welcome in the new year. Wendy Gillette was there when the ball dropped.
The glittering Waterford crystal ball dropped over Times Square, ushering in 2015 for the estimated 1 million people on hand to watch. Yeah! They came from all over the world.
Where are you from?
I'm from South Korea,
Japan,
Saudi Arabia.
China.
Most arrived to secure their viewing spots early in the morning. After passing through security, revelers were confined to massive pens they couldn't leave, even to use the restroom.
I haven't had anything to drink since this morning.
Heavily armed counterterrorism officers and bomb-sniffing dogs were on patrol to keep the crowd safe.
It was also a very cold night. With a wind chill, the temperature felt like it was in the teens, and there was nowhere to get warm.
I am freezing. I am from Florida, born and raised, and I am not made for the north.
Big acts like Taylor Swift and OAR headlined this year's party. Shortly after midnight, the streets cleared out, and an army of street cleaners moved in, scooping up and carting away an estimated 50 tons of trash. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, Times Square, New York.
1 ton of the trash was confetti, by the way. A lot of cleaning up to do. Many in Lexington didn't let frigid temperatures ruin the party. For some, downtown was the hot spot for ringing in the new year. A lot of people were packed tightly into many downtown bars, while some families enjoyed ice skating at Triangle Park.
Just something that we can pass on, that Norman Rockwell moment with the kids. We had hot chocolate to warm us up, so we have really had a good time.
Looks like they did, and while many people were out celebrating, police were working hard to make sure everyone stayed safe. State police increased patrols and set up checkpoints to look for impaired drivers.
We're not here to scare anybody or make anybody nervous. We want to get everybody through as quick as possible, and we don't want to cause a alarm or anything like that. We're just checking, make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Now, we'll be checking with state police later today to see how effective their safety checkpoints were. Authorities in China say at least 35 people were killed during a stampede at a New Year's Eve celebration. China's state-run news agency says more than 40 others were hurt amid the chaos in Shanghai. It happened about a half hour before midnight there. Many people were jammed into a popular riverfront area for celebrations. Authorities have not figured out exactly what led to the stampede. New Year's Eve is a little tangy in one North Carolina town. Mount Olive takes advantage of the community's best-known product, pickles. Instead of dropping a ball at midnight, that town lowers a massive glowing pickle. The tale of this particularly peculiar pickle does possess a parable. Once the pickle reaches the ground, an American flag is then raised. Big time there in North Carolina. All right, time to check live drive traffic this morning and see what's going on. A lot of us noticed a crowd still out there as we were coming in this morning, so a lot of folks heading home from those celebrations. Be safe if you're out there on the roads. No drinking and driving. If you're somewhere, wait till you sober up this morning or get a ride somewhere. Just do not take your chances out there. I-75, I-64, the northern split is looking good, and we have no reports of any early issues this morning. And WKYT News on the air with all the latest on New Year's Day. Hockey players are considered fierce, not fashionable. How one team, though, is using the new year to change that.
And we are certainly tracking the chill out there this morning with a lot of folks coming in with the teens and 20s. But tomorrow, we are really going to be talking about wintry potential. I'll have the latest coming up.